Joining us is one of the country's top educationists, Abha Adams. Abha ma'am, thanks a lot for joining us, and my apologies for keeping you waiting for a little while. We were learning cricket from Saurav, so any particular shot you ever wanted to learn from him, tell us now. We'll get him to do that just in a short while.
I think cover drive.
Yeah, well, he's already been trying to teach us the cover drive, and we've been struggling a little bit. Maybe the lofted shot for 6 is coming up next. But, ma'am, just wanted to ask you, so, when in cities, the facilities that, kids sometimes get exposed to, we've really been seeing how much our education in this country has suffered because basic facilities are not there, and especially girls, when they don't have the facility, families don't always support their schooling. It's been a big problem.
Absolutely, and I don't think that you need to go very far, Vikram. It's very much a condition in city government schools as well. I know that I've had the privilege of working with some very inspired people in the private sector, but nothing has made me happier than for the last 5 years being associated with government school projects in North Delhi. And I've seen there firsthand the kind of challenges that young girls face when they cannot go to the toilet. And why just the young girls? We have put teachers that the trust employs in these schools, and those teachers struggle as well. So it's not just a question of the rural sector and rural schools, Vikram. It's very much a part and parcel of the city that we live in.
So we've heard the HRD ministry and others in the government also really taking this forward, and we've been seeing them talking about the fact a big effort has been made in the last year, especially when it comes to toilets for girl children. Is the problem pretty much nailed already in government schools, or is there still some distance to go?
I believe that there's still distance to go. And if one could move just a little away from toilets for a moment, which definitely is an issue. But you have got issues like basic infrastructure, not enough comfortable furniture, leave alone furniture, even the ground or the chatais or daris that there are just not comfortable enough for children to sit. There isn't a blackboard that they can see properly. So what does tend to happen is that any kind of learning that is happening is counterproductive. And the kind of methodology, sadly, that's being followed is simply aap blackboard se utar lo. So what happens is the children go in there, they've got huge bags that parents have invested in, they've got exercise books and pencils, and they're told to copy from the blackboard. And they do it assiduously, but that's not learning. And after school, what happens is that they then go to a tuition teacher, where their parents are paying more money in order for some learning to take place. And it's just a repetition of what has happened earlier. So no wonder we've got ACER reports that point out that literacy levels and numeracy levels just aren't rising, even though our enrollment is higher than it has ever been.
So ma'am, my question towards you is taking from exactly what you said. So how do you keep their interest sustaining, and how do you keep them in the school together?
It is so hard, Vikram, and I think that it is a question of approaching it in multifarious ways at the same time. Number one, I think we have to take stock of what we teach, how we teach, and the assessment. We have got to give teachers the autonomy that they don't have to stay with a syllabus that they have to complete, because they never really fully understand whether the child has grasped the concept or not. They just move on, ke ji, syllabus khatam karna hai. The third thing is that teachers need to have restored the dignity that they have had in the past. Teachers are being used as minions, as administrators. I cannot begin to tell you the number of khatas and registers that the teachers have to fill in on all the different schemes. There is no time left for teaching. There is no space left for teaching because their focus is just administrative. And that's, really, we are destroying our future.
All right, Abha ma'am, thanks a lot for joining us. You've given us something to think about. And Nishtya, maintenance obviously is something which we are going to continue to pay a lot of attention to, and including some of the other things that we were looking at.